Senator Brent, Senator Reid.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Ambassador. All through my state of Rhode Island and all through the nation, what we hear when we go out is families are suffering under accelerating prices for practically everything. Since January until this October, appliances, for example, have gone up 4.25%, electricity 5.6%, ground beef 13.87%, and for many families that's a staple. Milk 2.48%, and coffee 30.2%. Goldman Sachs estimates that the tariffs are being paid for 55% by American consumers and 22% by American businesses, which probably pass on some of that to consumers. So in this situation in crisis for many families, the president seems to be completely indifferent to what's going on in the average family in the United States.
Well, Senator, I think accusing the president of being completely indifferent, I think is not accurate at all. We
Really?
talk about this a lot. I mean, some of the biggest things that have happened is housing, healthcare, education. All these things skyrocketed during the Biden administration. We're trying to fix them. Fortunately, we do have a lot of things over the past 12 months. And I'm just looking at public information here. You have, we have apparel that's gone down by 0.1% over the past 12 months. But where we do see issues about beef, the president's launched an affordability program. The herd's at the smallest it's been in 10 years. Some of these things have secular trends. So we're aware of it. We want to work with you on it.
Well, that's interesting. Let's talk about coffee. 30% increase. One of the major coffee producers is Brazil. The President of the United States put tariffs on Brazil because his friend, President Bolsonaro, was being prosecuted under the law of Brazil. Do you think that's a valid reason to impose tariffs on a country that results in significantly increased hires for American families?
So, Senator, IEEPA has regularly been used over the years by presidents of both parties to deal with foreign policy issues, whether it's abuse of law or human rights issues. And in addition, with Brazil, they tried to force American companies to self-censor. They detained Americans.
Excuse me, the president himself admitted that he was doing this because of Bolsonaro, demanded that they cease prosecuting him under law. So, in your view, it would be completely appropriate for another country to go in and slap tariffs on the United States if someone was being prosecuted that they liked.
The United States of America, including presidents of both parties, have used IEEPA to take stronger action. They've used it to cut off trade with countries where they think that the judicial systems are abused. The president didn't take that strong an action. He did tariffs instead of cutting off all trade. But we have all kinds of examples where former presidents have cut off trade entirely because we think that the judicial...
What are those former examples?
I mean, we've cut off, trade with Iran and
we've
sanctioned individuals
because they were trying someone
that
was a friend of the United States. We cut off trade with Iran because they were engaged in violent activities.
But we have sanctions on specific people in Mexico, who's a neighbor. We have sanctions on specific individuals in countries all over the world. I mean, all presidents have used IEEPA to do sanctions. The president has actually not gone as far as a full cutoff, but has just, imposed tariffs.
The president gratuitously, for his own self-gratification, imposed tariffs on Brazil because one of his buddies was in trouble. Now, let's change subjects. Yesterday, the White House announced that NVIDIA is going to be allowed to export the H200 chips to China. Were you consulted on that?
I was.
You agreed?
I agree with the president.
Did anyone in the National Security Administration, the Department of Defense, National Security Council, were they consulted?
So I'm not going to disclose the internal deliberations of the White House on this, Senator.
Well, let me tell you, every professional military officer that I've talked to about this thinks it is detrimental to the security of the United States to provide these chips to China. That this is a gross breach of his responsibility as the commander-in-chief to ensure that this country is protected. And I think you should be consulting with the national security experts. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ambassador, thank you for